Call to order. The special meeting of the Governing Board of Education is called to order by myself, Dr. Joseph Komorowski, at 4:29 p.m. on Tuesday, June 13th, 2024, at the District Office Conference Center, rooms A through C. Approval of the agenda. Are there any requests for changes to the agenda? I'll take a motion in a second.
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Schwartz.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Barclay. Lene, would you mind?
Barclay?
Yes.
Schwartz?
Yes.
Wiersma?
Yes.
Komorowski?
Yes, motion adopted 4-0. Thank you, Lene. We're now in open session. In attendance in the governing board, we have Mrs. Allison Barclay, myself, Dr. Joseph Komorowski, Mr. Stephen Schwartz, Mrs. Jennifer Wiersma, secretary to the board. We have Dr. Gary Woods, superintendent, Ms. Lene Anasebar, executive assistant to the superintendent. And if everybody would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, I'll lead us. If you have hats on, please remove them. Hand over the heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Public comments. For special board meetings, public comments are restricted to only items listed on the special meeting agenda. Government Code 54954.3. Public comments are allowed up to a maximum of 3 minutes per comment in the order received, to a maximum of 30 minutes per item for comments on agenda items or non-agenda items. For consent agenda item topics, a limit of 3 minutes total will be allowed from one speaker. Unless the item has been placed on the published agenda in accordance with the Brown Act, no action will be taken. No discussion will be made regarding personnel issues in open session. All public comments are an essential part of the board meeting and are carefully considered by the governing board. Are there any public comments?
What?
One? Okay.
Good evening. I wanted to take the opportunity to join you tonight and talk about one of the items that's featured in the 24-25 LCAP, the Local Control and Accountability Plan. CTE. CTE is funded via other state revenue of around $70 million over the next few years. And I just wanted to take the time to come here and say I've been involved with CTE a few years in the district now, and it is really a gem of this school district and something everybody here should be proud of. It's just really unbelievable. Looking at the stats in your LCAP report, enrollment in CTE stands at about 34.5%, so a little over a third. I think that's wonderful. I think it can be improved. All students have access to a broad course of study. Enrollment in AVID, CTE, and AP courses varies by student group based on student choice and demonstration of prerequisite skills. So I think the statistics are there for the various groups. It's been broken down quite nicely in the report, but I think understanding barriers within groups is something that would perhaps be helpful to understand how we can make CTE accessible, make sure it's accessible to all the groups. I know CTE is geared mostly for juniors and seniors, so one thing that can potentially be done is bring that down and have intro to CTE at the freshman and sophomore levels so they're aware of this opportunity and they're not overbooked by the time it's offered entering their junior year. I'm involved in the engineering pathway, and I can tell you firsthand of the differences this program makes. I was at a CTE STEM showcase event in the spring. Trustee Schwartz was there, and we stayed after talking to one student and his mother about his struggle in choosing which major, which university, and I was able to give him my business card and stay in touch, and we conferred several times over the next few months, and ultimately he is going to UC Riverside to pursue a mechanical engineering degree as his pathway to becoming an aerospace engineer. So this program and these contacts and relationships with the advisors in the program, such as myself, and across all of the pathways, I'm sure, really make a difference in these kids' lives. And I think, you know, it's a key for us to foster diversity and inclusion in programs like CTE and the socioeconomic lift, social mobility it gives, not just to those students, but to entire families. I don't think we appreciate what a game changer CTE is in this community for the families that live here. So I just want to thank everybody for your support of CTE, and I hope we continue to do it together going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. To the board, I propose an omnibus motion unless there's discussion on action items 1 through 5. I'll go one at a time.
Yeah,
Unless
it's okay with
somebody's-
me.
I'll go one at a time. Okay, okay. It's getting scary because of the LCAP, right? You're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. It would still work though. Okay. Number 1, adoption of the Temecula Valley Unified School District SELPA Annual Local Plan, Service Plan, and Annual Budget Plan for the 2024-25 school year. I'll take a motion and a second to approve.
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Schwartz,
Second.
second by Mrs. Barclay. Lene, would you mind?
Barclay? Yes. Schwartz?
Yes.
Wiersma?
Yes.
Komrosky?
Yes, motion adopted 4-0. Thank you, Lene. Number 2, adoption of the 2023-24 Local Control and Accountability Plan, LCAP, Federal Addendum. Take a motion and a second to approve.
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Schwartz, seconded by
Second.
Mrs. Wiersma. Lene, would you mind?
Barclay? Yes. Schwartz?
Yes.
Wiersma?
Yes.
Komrosky?
Yes, motion adopted 4-0. Thank you, Lene. 3, adoption of the 2024-25 Local Control and Accountability Plan, LCAP, and the presentation of the California Dashboard Local Indicators. I'll take a motion and a second to approve.
Moved.
Moved by Mrs. Barclay,
Second.
second by Mr. Schwartz. Lene, do you mind?
Barclay? Yes. Schwartz?
Yes.
Wiersma?
Yes.
Komrosky?
Yes, motion adopted 4-0. Thank you, Lene. Number 4, adoption of the 2024-25 budget. I'll take a motion and a second to approve this.
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Schwartz. He beat you by a millisecond.
Sorry.
And then maybe seconded by Mrs. Wiersma.
Second.
Barclay? Yes. Schwartz?
Yeah, and I just want to thank Nicole Lesh for her amazing presentation the other night, keeping us posted to the dollar of what's going on. Yes.
I second
Wiersma?
that, yes.
Yes.
Komrosky?
Yes, motion adopted 4-0. Thank you, Lene. Last one. Number 5, 2024-2025 Master Assembly Consultant List. I'll take a motion and a second to approve this.
Moved.
Moved by Mr. Schwartz, seconded by Mrs. Barclay. Or was it you? Was it Mrs. Wiersma? It was-
No, I just wanted
it
to
was
say
you?
special shout out to Sandy for overhauling the list and putting the work in. Thank you so much, Sandy, for what you did with what we have today.
Barclay?
You?
Yes. Schwartz?
Yes.
Wiersma?
Yes.
Komrosky?
Yes, motion adopted 4-0. Thank you, Lene. And now we have announcement of the next meeting, and I'll hand this over to Dr. Woods.
Yeah, we have one consideration that the board,
Your mic.
sorry, okay. We have one consideration for the board. The ROV has contacted us, letting us know, we have a calendar behind me so you can see the dates that we're talking about. The certification for the recall should happen on the 20th or the 21st of this month. The ROV has said that they would like us to complete a resolution within 7 days of that certification. I know we have some vacation schedules. We would be down to 3 board members. The only day I can see that we might have you, the 3 of you here, would be on Saturday, the 22nd. Allison, I think you're coming back from another state. Do you know about what time you come on the 22nd?
Let me consult my flight plan. I land at 9:17 in San Diego.
In the morning?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say 3 o'clock. Would you think 3 o'clock would be safe on a Saturday? Give you plenty of time to delays
Wipe the
and...
sand off my feet? Yes, it would be.
Okay, so let's say 3 o'clock on the 22nd. And Mr. Schwartz, we certainly want to respect your religious conviction there.
Anything that's important is you're allowed to break the Sabbath.
Okay, this would be literally a 5-minute approval of a resolution that would then place the open position into the November election. It would consolidate. The ROV made the request, so I'm trying to honor it as best we can. So it looks like 3 o'clock on Saturday. Jen, you're about ready to go, but does that time work?
That will work for me.
Okay, we will then get busy and confirm that with all of you, get it agendized appropriately, and take care of business.
Outside of that, the next regular open session business of the meeting of the Governing Board of Education is scheduled for July 23rd, 2024. Adjournment, the meeting is adjourned today, Tuesday, June 13th, 2024 at 4:39 PM. Thank you.